Oh, wat is dat? Elliot, wat zou het zijn?
Weet ik niet.
Jij weet het niet. Welcome to LaserDisc and Chill. As you've seen in the introduction, my son wanted to help me open up the Kevin Kobos package. It was a Snow White package. Kobos sent me the goods. I have already done a Snow White comparison video, so yet another fool's errand. Why am I doing this to myself? But perhaps it would be fun to just do a LaserDisc comparison. So no VHS, no DVD, no Blu-ray, no 4K, just focus on all the different Snow White LaserDiscs that are out there, because after all, this is LaserDisc and Chill. What was included in the Kobos package? First up, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Yes, this is the Pilla 1284. This is just in English. This is just one language, English with Japanese subtitles, and there's a making of Snow White on the end of the second side. So the 30th chapter is the making of Snow White. Is there anything included? Yes, there are some lovely postcards. Take a look at that. Still uncut. Very, very cool. And also a leaflet on the LDG, the LaserDisc graphics. Then Kevin sold me the Pilla 1285, which includes two languages. So there's an English and a Japanese dubbed language track. And also on the 30th chapter, the same making of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Yeah, gorgeous package. I love the title in the katakana, or in Japanese. Could be mistaken, perhaps not katakana. I made the same error in judgment doing the Japanese Land Before Time. Yeah, gorgeous disc. But no postcards, and according to LDDB.com, the definitive source on all things LaserDisc on the interwebs, there should be some postcards. So yeah, they are missing, but who am I to complain for $5? Yeah, both discs were just $5. Look at these, they are pristine, no bent corners, nothing of the sort. They look to be, look at this, they blink. There's some very subtle embossing, very, very subtle, but it's there. They seem to be minty fresh, as if they've just left the factory today, but they are 32 years old, these discs. Amazing. I really don't know how the Japanese take such good care of their products. I mean, I've said this before, I'm a big vinyl fan. I've been collecting vinyl for 25 years now. I started in 2000 at the age of 16. And I've always kept my vinyl in well, pristine condition, but still I have bent corners, even keeping them in excellent, even in plastic sleeves. The corners tend to bend, but the Japanese are masters in keeping their product pristine. These both of these discs were just $5, so an absolute bottom of the barrel bargain. And then the main item, the main event, was the super gorgeous box set that he sold me. There's a very, very wide obi. Look at this. There's like tons and heaps of information. There's more information than normal. It even says there's a Mickey Mouse Theater of the Air, a Snow White Day. It even talks about the different sides. It talks about the 6 sides. There sides 1 to 4 are CAV, side 5 is CLV, and side 6 is again CAV. This is a gorgeous, again, it's pristine. Look at it, it's so new. There's no discolorization, is that a word? There's no color damage, there's no water stains, it's just, it blinks. Look at this, look at how gorgeous the Snow White title reflects in the light. It's only an image of her. That's just a trick of the light, as the Triffids would say. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And this was just $10. This cost 20,000 yen. Back in the day, 20,000 yen is $120 today. But in 1993, so adjusted to inflation, that's $270. $270. And I paid just $10. Thank you, Kevin. Even with shipping included and the horrible customs charge for Belgium, these 3 Snow Whites were just $60, which is only like what half of the box set would have cost me in 1993. Insane. Thank you, Kevin. You're the man. What's included? Disc 1, gorgeous. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. 11 chapters on side 1 and just 5 chapters on side 2. So the first disc ends with the dwarfs wash up for supper. Bloodaloddle dum, it says. So all the chapters are in Japanese and in English. Continuing on disc 2, there's 6 chapters on side 3 and a further 6 chapters on side 4. So the last chapter, chapter 28, is Love's First Kiss, when Prince Charming wakes up the sleeping Snow White. And then there's there's already a few bits and pieces supplemental material. So the next 4 chapters are well, the table of contents, chapter 29. Then there are theatrical trailers, publicity posters, lobby cards and press kits, and merchandising. Continuing on disc 3 is a full-length making of a masterpiece. There's a Walt Disney biographical timeline, a Snow White production timeline, a Brothers Grimm original version of Snow White storyboard and sequence breakdown, etc., 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 for a total of 75 chapters. This is including the movies chapters. Wow, what a bonanza of bonus material. A treasure trove. Then there's a very funny leaflet to, well, I think to translate each and every chapter into katakana so that the Japanese audience knows what it's, what's in store. This is the one thing that they keep in English. It's Mickey Theater of the Air, Snow White Day. I don't know, is this some sort of copyright thingy that they have to keep this in English? There's one of those funny question and answer cards. Continuing on in the box set, there's a lovely book called The Making of a Classic, or of the classic film. Yeah, this is all in Japanese, but still there's lots of very, very nice photos and sketches to look at. Let's just do a blind opening. So for example, here's the mine sequence. Lovely sketch. And let's do another one. Here's some sketches for the Snow White that wakes up after her kiss, and dancing dwarves that are happy that Snow White is alive. Is anything in English? Yeah, of course, the copyright stuff. So it's produced for Buena Vista Home Video. So this book is produced especially for the LaserDisc, but other than that, it's all in Japanese. There's also a table of contents regarding the sources, and that's in English. So for example, yeah, of course, Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm, the Grimm brothers, are referenced, and also Leonard Maltin's The Disney Films book from 1984 has been used as a guide. Did I just see Miller? Miller is like, I think, Disney's wife? Yeah, Diane Disney Miller, as told to Pete Martin, a story of Walt Disney from 1957. Diane Miller, is that his wife or is that his daughter? As a Disney nerd, I should know this. I'll put some extra information over here if I have Googled the answer. Diane Miller, I think it's his wife. No, yes, I knew it without Google. Lillian is his wife, so Diane must be his daughter. But I'll look it up to be certain. And last but not least, the box set concludes with the exclusive lithographs, the original theatrical posters from 1937 to 1993. So these are all the posters for every re-release. Remember, back in the time, or back in the day, every 6 or 7 years, Disney would re-release its classics. I wish they would still do that today. Do it with Atlantis. Do it with Treasure Planet. Come on. Re-release them in theaters. Let them become classics. 1937, Walt Disney's first full-length feature production. 1951, so yeah, of course, in wartime they did not re-release Snow White. In fact, Disney had a hard time to keep afloat during war. That's why they made these weird packaging movies like, what is it, Make My Music, so see, one of the all-time greats. In 51 you could see it again. Then in 58 you could see it yet again. Hey ho, we're back. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. In 67, so that's 9 years later, you could see it again. Still the fairest of them all. And also again in 67, still the fairest of them all. In 75, so yeah, 7 years later, you could see it again. Still the fairest of them all. In 83, that's 8 years later, weirdly enough, you could see it again, still the fairest of them all. I have to say, it's funny when they put both the Queen and the Hag on the same poster, because it's one and the same. They're not two different characters. In 87, there was a 50th anniversary, and I was alive by that time, but I did not see it in 87. Walt Disney's classic Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the 50th anniversary poster. And then in 93, that was the time when I saw it in theaters, there's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs again. Did they release it once more in 2000? I don't think they did. So I think 1993 was the final time that Snow White came to theaters. Because in 2001 there was the very, very, very excellent DVD release. That's, in my book, even better than the Blu-ray, weirdly enough. Last year, by the way, I bought the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, and that one is another winner. Yes, they knocked it out of the park with the 4K. Sadly, I still can't capture 4K, so I'd have to ask Maarten. But it is a recommended 4K disc. Of course, this LaserDisc is beyond beautiful. I don't think we'll ever get another box set like this. I mean, they will never do this for Blu-ray or 4K. I just can't believe how well made this is. Look at it. This is really a work of art. Well, it's not a work of art because this is a mass-produced thing, but this is really how you produce and how you release a deluxe edition worthy of the name deluxe edition. This is not just a sticker and a Funko Pop thrown into a bag. This is really how one should present a movie like Snow White, still the fairest one of them all. Until we meet again, keep spinning those discs.